How do you decide the pace of the trip that you're planning or that you're dreaming about? It's something that's a personal question for people because everybody travels differently, everybody prefers a different pace. And some people, they love to go and just be totally relaxed and chill. Some people are much more go, 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 like the Energizer Bunny. So, here's some of the ways that I like to talk to people about how to decide the pace of the trip that they're going to take. I like to remind people that rest is always part of the experience when you travel. Traveling takes so much energy. It looks easy, but it's the mental energy it takes to be on and be focused, for all the logistical parts of the trip. It's time changes. It's a lot of additional, say, maybe walking or activity that you don't necessarily do at home at your 9 to 5. It it really does take a lot of energy. I don't know how else to say it, but it does. Is it- the travel time from point A to B, that takes a lot of energy. I know for me, depending on where I'm going and the type of weather I'm going to, that can also take energy out of me. If I'm going to a very hot place, I know that I am gonna be way more tired and need a lot more rest than if I go to a cold location. I'm sure there's a scientific reason as to why that is, but I do know that for me, I really feel it when I'm in a hot location versus when I'm in a cooler location. So, rest is always part of the experience. And now you're probably asking, well, how do we design that into our trip? One of the things I like to start with when I'm planning a trip is realistically, how long should I stay in one place? Everybody, again, is gonna have a different answer to this, and that's totally okay. It's part of the beauty of traveling. But I know for me, I don't like to go, go, go anymore like I used to. If I try to do that, I end up burning the candle at both ends. I'm much more likely to get sick. I don't enjoy it as much as I used to or thought I would. And so I like to really dig deep into a place and say, okay, for me, how long do I need to be here that I'm going to enjoy it? Is this the first stop on a trip? If it's the first stop on a trip, I know I'm going to want extra time because when I fly in or take a train in, whatever, when I arrive, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to need time to just sit and relax and reset and adjust. My body clock is going to be off. So I know I'm going to lose some time that I otherwise could have been out doing things, seeing things, and experiencing the place. So if it's the first place I'm arriving, I usually stay a little bit longer in that place just to adjust. There are times when I don't do that. It just depends on the trip. But I usually recommend that the first place you show up, stay a little bit longer, even if it's just a half a day extra, because that half a day is going to help you recover and enjoy your trip. Otherwise, I think it's nice, especially in the middle of a trip, to stay in a place for a little bit longer. If you've been moving around a lot, it's nice to have a home base and to just stay and relax and unpack and do some laundry and get to know, maybe get a little deeper into the culture of the place that you're at and that you're experiencing. I know a lot of times if I can find a location that is somewhat middle of the trip, but it's easy to take day trips from there. I usually stay longer there. Like last year when I went to Italy for the first time, I chose to stay in Florence, I think for about 4 days. And I chose to do that because it was maybe about a third of the way into my trip. And there were so many day trips I could do from Florence, and there was a lot that I could see in Florence. And I was ready at that point, having gone from Rome to San Marino, back down to Florence. I was just ready to stop and have a place that I could call my own, unpack my bags, do some laundry, and just breathe. So those are a couple ways that you can start to consider how long do I stay in one place. Another thing that matters, they're so important, are transition days. And transition days are not only that first day when you arrive, They could also be when you head back home, you may need a day to transition back. Um, whether that's getting stuff done around the house, letting you know, like your jet lag, kind of dissipate. It maybe you just need to readjust to a culture shock. I don't know. I've experienced that before when I've come home. But transition days are so important. They're the same thing too when you're in the middle of a trip. If you have a long day of travel, maybe you want that half day or an extra full day to just relax and recover. Maybe you're heading from a cold to a hot destination in the same trip. I've been there, done that. It's a wild experience. The globe is an amazing, amazing place. But all that to say, transition days really matter. Transition days usually include your travel. They include relocating from one accommodation to another, and they're just something that you really should be aware of. Be aware of how you're feeling, how long you think you're going to need to recover, and and account for them. Don't try to burn the candle at both ends. It takes the fun out of things. If you're able to do that, more power to you. I know for me and a lot of people that I know travel extensively, they're not able to do that, or if they do, they pay for it later. So I definitely recommend put in a transition day or two, even if it's just a half day. Pace it out. It just allows you to slow down and enjoy where you're at. So that those it's funny because now, I've talked about that. I'm thinking about, well, what do I build into my trips now for me that I didn't in the past? And it's definitely things that make the trip slow down. I I think that when you go overseas, especially and you're experiencing a new place and a new culture, it's important to disconnect and have that time to really immerse yourself and experience what's all around you. It is an absolute privilege to be able to travel. So it seems so common nowadays. You see it on social media, and if you live in a depending on what kind of culture and society you live in, it's can be very accessible, and it almost becomes a given, like an expectation. I know for me, I'm on planes all the time, and I've been very grateful to have never lost that perspective that there are people, a vast majority of people in this world that will never ever step foot on an airplane, much less outside of their country. So I build in that time that allows me to slow down and really enjoy a place. I know myself and how long it takes me to recover. I make sure that I have that time. I like to build in time where I'm able to just relax or sleep in the morning or go to bed early or take a nap in the afternoon and not feel like I've lost anything. It's so incredibly important, and all of this has culminated in allowing me to feel so much better when I get home. I used to be more like the Energizer Bunny and go, 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 and I felt like when I got home, I needed a vacation for my vacation. That defeats the point. If you go from, let's say, burnout in your job, now you're supposed to be on vacation, relaxing and recharging, but the opposite happens. Now you come home and you're burned out from your trip. It really defeats the purpose. So don't design a trip that you need a vacation from. And if that requires you getting some help from somebody who's like me, who plans trips, by all means, don't feel bad. I know, obviously, I help people plan trips, and I know a lot of people that have also had others plan trips for them, and they're just so thankful because it's a trip that fits them. They don't feel burned out. They come back, they're just energized, recharged, and they rave about it. That's the feeling I want for you. So whether it's me or somebody else, don't feel afraid to reach out to a trip planner. It's one of the best investments I think that you can make. So all that to be said, you want to chat more, jump on my calendar. I love to talk travel. If you're not ready for that, that's totally fine. Go ahead, hang out in this little corner, check out the blog, jump on the newsletter, and watch some other videos. And I look forward to catching you on the next one. Bye.